Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clint Zoka. Welcome back to another My Thoughts On. Today, we'll be talking about Wes Anderson's latest stop-motion animated feature, Isle of Dogs. Also, I hope you like the thumbnail. It's my dog. He's a real cutie. Yeah. So, before I talk about Isle of Dogs, I should probably talk about what I thought of Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's filmmaking and style is incredible. It's one of the best I've ever seen in film history. I'm not exaggerating here. The only film I've seen from him is Fantastic Mr. Fox, which you can watch in my thoughts list or just in my videos. A quick summary: one of the best stop motion films. Funny, witty, emotional. Well, I wouldn't say emotional, but more like it has heart and it's charming. So I really like it. This movie I was really stoked for. It looks like it has so much potential to be possibly one of the best films of this year. And the cinema was lucky enough to give us a early screening from yesterday at my local cinema. So I just want to say, big thank you to them for giving us a early. Well, I wouldn't say early release, but more like an early one-time screening. They had one at 11 o'clock for when people come in with dogs. I know. I was not there. If I was with my dog, I think he would have just been a bit quiet and just sniffy-whiffy. But anyways, let's talk about Isle of Dogs. The film's about an island called Trash Island, where all these dogs go to because of a bad flu, or I think it is a dog flu, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Where the mayor of Megasaki, Mayor Kobayashi, banishes them to because everyone at the city might actually catch the flu. However, one boy actually wants to go to the island to retrieve his loyal bodyguard dog Spots, and the dogs, or the 5 main dogs, accompany him on his journey to find Spots, and then to prove to the mayor that there is a way to save the dogs, and they are allowed back into the city and all that. That's all I can say really about the plot, because I am not going to lie. This is one of the most original, uniquest, funniest, touching, relatable, and just maturest films I have seen in such a long time. I am not even exaggerating here when I say this movie is a masterpiece. This movie has some of the best filmmaking, best writing, best script, and best execution I've seen in the film. This is just single-handedly well executed in every possible way. And I just want to say, I will not get into spoilers, and just for a quick summary, go see it. It's amazing. Please, guys, please support this movie. Just like Blade Runner 2049, just go see it. Alright, then come back, because then you'll be, just ready to hear my opinion and all that. Don't worry, I won't get into spoilers, because I don't want to ruin the experience for you guys. However, unlike Geostorm, I had to spoil it because the movie was very hard to describe without spoiling. This movie, I can pretty much tell you what happens without actually telling you what happens in the film. Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but Wes Anderson knows his craft. He knows how to put in little details in his story. Like, there could be references, and then there's this clever element where when it says something in Japanese, it will say something in English. Like if it says, bookshop, it will just have it will have dash bookshop, and then next to it just how it's spelled in Chinese, not Chinese, Japanese, which I thought was quite clever. And this film has chapters too. There's a narrator who sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson, tells us which chapter are we on, like, chapter 1, the the journey or something. This is something I rarely see in films, especially animated ones. This movie actually feels like a book, like a novel, and I wouldn't be surprised if they actually released one just because of the movie. I wouldn't blame them. So you could say what you want. This movie is just uniquely original. It has charm, it has fantasy, it has so much into one. You think it doesn't work, but in my opinion, it does. So let's talk about the animation next. It's absolutely groundbreaking. I know. I'm not the first person to say that, but the stake of the matter is that it's very, very true. Sure, Fantastic Mr. Fox was quite impressive, but this movie takes impressive stop motion to a whole new level. The characters look like they are actually real dogs. Same with the humans. The background in the city looks beautiful. Even some sequences have atmosphere and they fit with the mood of whatever the characters are in, whether it's happiness, sadness, angerness, or whenever they get into a fight. Trash Island may look a bit dirty, grey, boring, sad, but at least it creates atmosphere and mood for. Like when you enter the city of Megasaki, you think this is a place full of color, wonder, and it looks gorgeous. In Trash Island, it looks like a place where people suffer. And I don't think I've mentioned this in Fantastic Mr. Fox, but the fire, water, and smoke effects are just some of the best I've seen. It looks like it's made all out of paper and all that. In fact, everything you see on screen in the film is actually made out of crafting materials, just like the other film. And you can tell there's so much effort and heart put into it. And nobody's half-arsing it. Everybody who's working on the animation just puts so much into it. And it makes me so happy that I wish they would release more of these to make, well, not just to make more money, but to become classics. This, Kuba and the Two Strings and Shaun the Sheep have already broken that record for me for being one of the most original, uniquest animated stop motion films ever. And Anomalisa and Mary and Max. Early Man's a great one too, but it's not the best from Aardman. Anyways, I'm getting off track here. There's not too much I can say about it, but I can definitely say it is groundbreaking. Characters and voice acting. I should start with my favourites. I will tell you a little bit about them, but not too much, because again, it will involve spoilers. And I didn't mention this in the plot, but the thing about this film is that I didn't know what was going to happen, and it involved, well, not all the characters, but most of them anyways. These characters have so much depth, development, charm, wit, comedy. You can relate, care, and feel for them. They have everything I want in a character, and Wes Anderson does it so perfectly beautiful. Chief, voiced by Bryan Cranston, is the supposed leader of the dog pack. And he's like the fearless one who doesn't do anything for anyone. I won't say too much apart from that he's a really, well, I wouldn't say too likable, but let's say he's a really well developed character. Like in the film, you do get to learn a lot more about him and where he came from and what's his purpose and all that. Same with Rex, voiced by Edward Norton, who's just I believe a regular house pet. King used to be in dog commercials. Duke, voiced by Jeff Goldblum, just wants to have a healthy diet with his family. Boss, voiced by Bill Murray. He was a mascot for a baseball team. That's about it, really. And they do explain like what they are and what they used to be. And they do have a simple goal. They just want to get back to their owners. That's all you need. You don't need big screen time with them. I mean, they are in the film mostly, but they don't really do much. But in my opinion, that's kind of a good thing since they're not technically the main characters. It's mostly Chief, actually. The more I think about it, but you do learn about what they are, what they used to do, and you know they just want to get back to their owners and get off this filthy island. Same with Jupiter, voiced by can't remember. Nutmeg, voiced by Scarlett Johansson, and then there's one pug character voiced by Tilda Swanson from Doctor Strange. All the dogs on the island have a purpose. They are there for a reason. They have a goal, and you really want all of them to achieve it. Same with the main hero, Atari Kobayashi, voiced by, again, I don't know. Sorry. You care about this kid because you want him to get spots. You want him to succeed. He loves dogs. He has a heart for them. He treats them respectfully and equally. Unlike the mayor, who is the main villain of the film, who just I don't remember why, but I think it's just because he doesn't like dogs. Yep, he's a cat person. He's a interesting villain. Near the end, he does something I did not expect. It does make him a bit more of a sympathetic villain, and you can see what the hell he's doing. You can understand why. Tracy, voiced by the director of Lady Bird, who I literally forgot her name. Her point in the film is to expose the mayor's crimes. That he's a thug goon. He's trying to do this because he wants technology to take over. Because this film is set in the future. She's not in the film too long, but she does have a point and a purpose. And again, purpose. There's not one character in this film that feels out of place. They're involved in the story. They execute it with, their moment to shine. They do something, even if it's big or small. They all have involvement, and they can do something, even if it's good or bad, to make the story more interesting and just more unique. So yeah, the rest of the dogs, like Pepper. There's that one gang led by Igor, I believe. There's that. There's the assistant with the mayor, who's more like he's I wouldn't say henchman. He's more like his advisor to advise him what should change in the city since he's mayor. What should go and all that. I say he's a little more villainous than the mayor. Well, that's my opinion anyways, but again, all the characters have a purpose. They execute the story very well with what they got, and there's not one that felt out of place or pointless anyways. Most of them are well developed. They're charming, funny, you love them, you want them to achieve their goal. Heck, the voice acting is brilliant. Bryan Cranston, Edward Norton, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Frances McDormand, Scarlett Johansson. So many big talents, and they do a fantastic job. Same with Fantastic Mr. Fox. Yeah, sure, their voices sound recognisable, but you can tell they're putting their heart and soul into it, and they're trying to sound like their characters, even if they do sound the same. So, I think my favourite ones are Bryan Cranston, Levi Scamander as Spots, Scarlett Johansson, and Edward Norton. The rest, however, again, they all do a great job, but these four just stand out for me. So, yeah, that's about it, really. Oh, side note, the score by Alexandre Desplat is absolutely incredible. I am not joking. This is one of the best movie scores of all time. I know I keep saying it's one of the best, but I'm sorry, but just everything about this film just works for me. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit off track, but if you haven't, I do recommend buying the score after the film, because they do the score titles do give it away if you go on like iTunes or the Google store or whatever. So watch the film first, then buy the soundtrack, and you'll be happy as gold. So guys, to be honest, while this year does have promising films, and they still do, I didn't think there could be any other film that would top Coco. Well, this film almost. But for what it is a masterpiece. Isle of Dogs is possibly the best work I've seen from Wes Anderson, and one of the best filmmaking in an animated film and a film in general. The idea, the plot is so original, so mature, funny, relatable. The stop motion animation, down to earth, groundbreaking, and excellent. The characters are well developed and they all play a part. The voice acting is brilliant, and the score by Alexandre Desplat is chilling, engaging, and wonderful. Guys, please support this movie. Please see it. It is one of the best films of this year. Don't bother with Peter Rabbit, because it's way too harmless. Heck, even this film actually has a couple of scenes where a character says "damn it" and "son of a bitch." I was just like, this movie has balls. This movie takes risks. Oh, and for the parents who don't want their kids to see anything violent or a bit unpleasant, this film has a couple of them, and they're not pleasant to watch, and it can be a little violent. But if you can handle it, and if the kids can handle an original film trying to be adult, then give this one a watch. And of course, I'm happy to give this film 10 out of 10. So if you like Fantastic Mr. Fox and Zootopia, you'll love this one. So next will be Ready Player One, which I'm looking forward to. Anything else? I'm trying to think. And, well, obviously for a 10 out of 10, I'm definitely picking this up on DVD. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next my thoughts on, or whatever video I'm doing next. So, bye!